Welcome to Biz Coach and Coffee, where our guests are experts, entrepreneurs, coaches, and consultants that share tips, strategies, and tactics to help small business entrepreneurs grow their business for long-term success. Please welcome your host, Biz Coach Steve Feld.
Well, hello, everyone. I am Biz Coach Steve Feld, and my goal is to stop business owners from suffering entrepreneurial depression and start making run their businesses much easier. Business owners and entrepreneurs hire me to crack multiple 6 and 7 figures without burning themselves out. And today we have another wonderful guest for you. We have Micheal with us, and he is a marketing and branding expert who has worked with global brands such as Intel, Johnson & Johnson, and the Golden Globes. And he is the founder and president of Boxer Media and Growth Marketing, an agency that works with coaches to grow their brands, scale their business, and help more people. So please welcome Micheal.
Round of applause.
Yeah.
From the audience, we can neither see nor hear.
That's it. I got to get the app on the phone for that.
There you go. There you go. You got to get one of those, I think they're called stream decks. You can like press a button and it'll do stuff. You can
That's it.
get like an applause thing on track. There you go.
And then we could have also, the
Yeah.
all the sound.
Wah, wah,
Yeah.
sad trombone.
We'll get it all. We'll become a high-end podcast sooner or later with all that.
Love it. Love it.
Well, great. Well, first tell us, you said you work with coaches, but give us a little bit more. What do you really help them with? And besides coaches, or just coaches?
So we work, Boxer works really primarily with coaches, coaches and consultants, right? That kind of thing. I talk to coaches every single day, and the biggest, I won't say complaint, but the biggest issue that I hear from coaches, right, is time. They want to save time. They're running the business by themselves. They're solopreneurs. A lot of them haven't taken the time or had a chance to, or know how to build out a team. So that's kind of where we come in, and we will take over the marketing, the lead generation. I'll consult as part of that package on sales and how to, help with conversions and that kind of thing. And we, in terms of like the services, we work with everything from branding and messaging, which is, as you know, super, super important. There's so many coaches, like the market got completely flooded in June of 2020 when everybody lost their jobs. Mm-hmm. And everyone went home and they're like, I'm going to be a coach. So the market's completely flooded. So branding and messaging is super important. Being able to differentiate yourself. We help with social media marketing. LinkedIn outreach is something that we're very, very good at. And then finally, website health. So SEO, search engine optimization, being able to be found on search engines like Google. Making sure that your website communicates well with all the search engines, making sure that when people do visit your website, the information is easily accessible. The user experience is there. Everything's easily, people can find what they're looking for, and increase your conversion rate, right? Get more people to take the action that you want them to take. So that's the long elevator pitch. It's a long ride. Great. It's a 30-story elevator pitch.
And why did you start the company, or how did you start it?
So I was a consultant for a number of years. As you mentioned in the beginning of the podcast, I've done work with Intel, with Johnson & Johnson, with Golden Globes as a consultant, marketing and technical marketing. So things like SEO, for the Golden Globes, I did their SEO. And I've worked with dozens and dozens of small businesses and companies that nobody's ever heard of, right? But those are the 3 that I get to name. And the reason I started Boxer is just because the same reasons why people hire Boxer, because of my time, right? My time is valuable. And Boxer started out as a solution for myself and my own business, to help grow my consulting. And it worked well for me, and I saw opportunity for it to work for other people, and I saw an opportunity, frankly, to multiply my own time, right? To scale, leverage my time. So by building out a team, then my time can be more effective. I can focus on strategy, and we can do the tactical work, the execution within the scope of the team.
Oh, excellent. And how long have you been in business?
Boxer's been in business, oh geez, started summer 2019, and this is summer 2022, 3 years. That's
nice.
half.
Hey, 2020 and 2021 definitely changed the landscape of all business.
I don't know if those were the longest 2 years of my life or the shortest.
Yeah.
It's right. Like, I'm just not sure. Yeah.
Yeah, it was definitely a crazy time. I know right about March, April of 2020, our phone was going crazy, and
Yeah.
business owners were freaking out, like what to do. And I put them in third categories. The top third took one to take action and save their business and pivot and move and adjust and make the changes necessary. And they killed it throughout the whole pandemic. They're richer than ever now. Then the middle third said, well, I'll make a few tweaks and changes, but I don't want to do everything. You know what? They're exactly the same spot they were 2 years ago. And then you had the bottom third that talked up a big game, like, I need to make changes, but I just don't want to make them right now. Well,
Yeah.
They're gone.
There is no question at all. Studies have been done on this. Jim Collins, you've read, Good to Great, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah.
In there, there's a study that he talks about in there that the company's part of what makes a company great, right? And he's talking about Fortune 500s, Fortune 100s in that book, right? So these are gigantic companies, but of course, like these theories can scale down. But one of the studies that he talks about in that book is the companies that continue marketing in recessions and the companies that start in recessions are ones that tend to end up right growing bigger and bigger and bigger. Because what you've got in a recession, especially around marketing budgets, so many companies will pull back budgets out of fear, right?
Exactly. So
what you've got is you've got advertising media at a discount. Right. So many people have pulled out of the marketplace, right? So if you can set aside a marketing budget during these recessions, during these times, and I'm not the only one who, I'm looking at a stock chart on another screen over here who believes that there's another recession coming. Set aside some money and continue marketing, because it's at a discount. And our clients who stuck with us through that time, not only did they survive the great pandemic, they grew bigger, because people still need stuff during a pandemic, right? People still need things. And if you can increase your awareness and bring more people to you at a discount, at a significant discount, I might add, why not do that? So, yeah. That's
it. Yeah. I mean, I even helped a barbecue restaurant in Texas, and we did not increase their marketing budget 1 penny. We just, how we marketed was different. And then, you know what? They couldn't have one person walk in the door, but they were growing month over month. They've had their best years in 20 and 21, and they couldn't get one person to walk in the door.
Absolutely. Yeah. And I want to be clear. I'm not saying that you shouldn't make changes during a recession.
Right.
Think about how you can creatively do things differently, but continue marketing. It's so important to not just business, not just sustainability of your business, but to the growth of the business.
Absolutely. And you also mentioned a great thing too, because everyone's pulling back on their marketing budgets. Well, all the media outlets are now slashing their prices, trying to attract media buyers. And it's like, wait a minute, here's your opportunities.
Yep. That's the discount that I mentioned.
Yeah.
If you're talking about online, talking about digital specifically, Facebook ad auctions, Google ad auctions, YouTube ad auctions. I say auctions, if you guys are not familiar with online advertising, a lot of this stuff works through digital auctions. It kind of happens beneath the sheets. But regardless, yeah, everything, all that stuff is sold at a discount, and you get your advertisements seen. I think at one point it was like during the pandemic, we were paying like a quarter of the costs that we were paying beforehand. So you got a 75% discount on your ads, essentially. I mean, think about that.
Yeah, and your competition is now not advertising.
Totally. Yeah. So yeah, not only are you getting that gigantic discount, but you don't have all the competition showing up. So it's like, it's a 1-2 punch, man. Just, it's good stuff.
Well, great. We're going to come right back with you. We're going to take a quick short break from our message from our sponsor, and we'll be right back with Michael.
This episode is sponsored by Spotlight Books. Get your expert book completed in 30 days. If you don't have an expert lead magnet book about you and how you serve your market, then visit www.spotlight-books.com. Link is also in the show notes. Put a spotlight on your expertise.
And welcome back. We're here talking with Michael from Boxer Media. We're talking about growing during a recession, which is very critical, and working with coaches. So having your company up, what is one thing that you learned the hard way?
What is one thing I learned the hard way?
We'll keep it to one because I know.
So my educational background, I have a degree in Japanese language and literature. So with marketing, I learned everything the hard way.
Talking about two things that are not even related.
I learned everything the hard way. Can you elaborate? Can you focus that question a little more? Maybe I can think of something specific.
Yeah, it's something in your business that you thought, hey, I know what I'm doing. And
Yeah.
you're pounding your head against the wall. And
Yeah.
they're just like, say, one solution is like ask for help. And I could have just unplugged the solution or fixed it. And a lot of times business owners they're going to like, I know nothing about accounting and I hate numbers, but I got it. I'm not going to have anyone else do it because I know what I'm doing. And meanwhile, they learn it the hard way. It takes them more time and money and they screw it up and they get audited and it costs them more in the long run.
So that's a great question. There's a few things that come to mind. One of them is when we were having some difficulty growing Boxer, which is hilarious considering the name of the company is Boxer Media and Growth Marketing.
Yeah.
Our problem was sales. And I didn't think what I kept doing. I'm a self-professed perfectionist. I like things to be perfect and neat and tidy. And so what I would do is I would go in and try to adjust our SOPs and our systems and make sure that the client's experience was perfect. Mm-hmm. But what we weren't doing is bringing in new clients. And we were getting leads coming in. We were having conversations with a lot of people, right? Talking to coaches every day. But my focus was so much on the product, right? The service products that we have, that I just wasn't thinking about the sales, and I just wasn't focused on it. And when you're talking about cash flow and growing your business, the number one thing to do is really sales. Get people in the door, get people signed on, and then figure out how you're going to serve them. Make adjustments on the fly, right? Make course corrections as you go forward, and always get feedback, right? Get feedback from your clients. What's working for you? What's not working for you? But get the clients in first.
Yeah. Yeah. I've been teaching a class for 6 years, ABCs of starting a business. And that's what we hit on. It's like, don't worry about your dang logo, your business card. You can do a free landing page just to get something up there. Focus on only sales.
Yep.
Who's your target market? What are their problems? What are your solutions? Get customers, then go and deal with all the mucky muck.
Yep.
And I've seen it too many times with new businesses. It's like,
yeah, there's a book, a popular business author, Mike Michalowicz. You probably heard of him. He wrote Profit First.
Yeah.
The book that I'm talking about is Fix This Next. And he's got the business pyramid or something. I don't know what he calls it, but it's basically a triangle, and it gives you 3 or 4 steps, however many, 5 steps. I don't know how many there are in there. Clearly, I've read the book
many times.
But basically, yeah, like if you've got issues, the very first thing to focus on, right, the foundation at the bottom of the pyramid is sales, in all caps, in bold, Helvetica. And after that is something else. I don't know. But yeah, sales is, you got to get people in the door first, because that's that cash flow that's going to allow you the cash flow is going to allow you to focus on the other things, to build out the other things, to hire people to help scale, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
Absolutely. Yeah. And I think a lot of business owners, doesn't matter, coaches, consultants, business owners, it's like they're focusing on the wrong things first when you should only be focusing on sales.
Yeah.
Well, I know I'm a giver and I know you're a giver. Is there something you can give our listeners to help them in their business? Because we do have a lot of coaches, consultants, small business owners who listen.
Yeah, you bet. We don't, we don't really have any fancy lead magnets or anything, but I'm happy to just jump on a call with anybody who's interested in talking. Again, guys, like I've done marketing strategies for like Johnson & Johnson, worked with Intel. I've done technical marketing stuff for Golden Globes. I know what I'm doing. So I'd be happy to chat with anybody about, if you guys got questions about strategy, whatever. Let's see, what is the URL? Boxer.agency/2020. So https://boxer.agency, no .com, /20. And that'll book a 20-minute meeting with me. It's a half hour meeting.
Great. And we will have that link in the show notes. So we will get that covered for you. Well,
Awesome.
Great. Well, great. I just want to say thank you so much for being on our show today. And folks, take advantage of Michael's offer. Get on a call with him. See how he can help you out. Grow your business. Just want to say this is Biz Coach Steve Feld wishing you and your business much success.
Thanks, Steve.
We hope you enjoyed today's topic. If you'd like to discuss how you can apply these strategies in your business, let us know. This episode is sponsored by Spotlight Books. Get your own expert book written about you in 30 days. Set yourself apart from the competition. Make sure you like and subscribe to this channel. Also, feel free to give us your comments. We look forward to hearing from you on Biz Coach and Coffee.